A class of 64.
Does anybody whistle?
I don't whistle.
There's Karma's whistle.
Oh my gosh, that was karma.
That worked.
That was calling you to attention from karma. 'Twas my class reunion and all through the house I checked each mirror and begged my poor spouse to say I looked great, that my chin wasn't double, and he lied through his false teeth so he wouldn't be in trouble. Though I wore bifocals, my eyes hadn't changed. I had the same figure, just a mite rearranged. My skin was still silky, although loose in places, and I walked rather slow, but I made all the bases. I swallowed his words, hook, sinker, and line, and I entered the event feeling just fine. We greeted with hugs, but like me, 60 years added to their hair, added gray hair, let me start over, added gray to their hair and width to their rears. Somehow I expected my classmates to stay just as they were on that long ago day. We shared a few memories and we told some class jokes. We were 18 in spirit, though we looked like old folks. We talked about all the good times now long gone by when we were still students at Springville High. We turned hearing aids up and dimmed down the lights, rolled back the years, and thought we were young all night. So welcome, class of 1964. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I can't believe it's been 60 years. Does it feel that way? Yes. No. What I want to do is I want to thank the committee that came to my house and we put it together. And so Pat and Sue and Glenna and Neil and the Yorse and Karma and Patty Porter's missing. She was sick. Jed, our dear Jed over here. Who am I missing? Thank you. Thank you for all of your help. And thank each of you for responding and coming. Oh, I forgot Neil. He wasn't going to be here, but he's here. Thank you, Neil. And I did get the yours, right? Eldon and Susan. So I hope I didn't forget anybody. I have another special thank you. I have my granddaughter over here, Mr. Castleton. We've named her Mr. Castleton tonight.
Vernon. Yay!
He's Vernon Castleton joined us this evening. And I had a request from a classmate that said, we can't be there. How can we put it on YouTube? So I had this brainy idea, and this young lady over here is amazing. So I'm hoping this works, and I'll put it on YouTube so everybody can see it, those that are not here, okay? So thank you, Allison. And then I want to thank Diane and her duo, Jeff. They're going to be our MCs, and welcome his wife, Jennifer, wherever you are.
Thank you.
Where's Jennifer? Oh, over here. Thank you for coming with Diane and helping us out. And so what we'll do is I'm going to turn some time to Jeff, and then we'll eat, and then we'll commence with our program, I guess. Oh, I have to tell you the good intention we had. See those balloons? They were supposed to be tied on all of these poles. They represent the 60 classmates that have passed on, and their names are on the bottom of the balloons. So what we'll do when we get through with our games and visiting, we're all going to go out in a circle, hold on to it, and release them with a moment of silence for them. And then one other thing, the parade tomorrow, thanks to Jed and Clark put her name on the parade list. Jed has his wagon with stairs to get up. And we are number 19.
There are no swimming suits allowed.
Oh, no swimming suits allowed. No Speedos, guys. No Speedos allowed. What? You want to say something right now? Okay, go for it.
Please don't.
Go for it. Oh, hi, Cheryl.
Usually on the golf course.
I know.
You trained her well. Now, if you don't need the microphone,
Amen, bro.
but I need to know a head count of how many is going to be on the float tomorrow. So please raise your hand if you're going to be on the float.
Come on, be a good sport. Come on.
Come on.
We're right at the very beginning. We're number 19. So
Yeah, we're right at the start,
we're
number
right at the
19.
start. Come on.
Come on.
Going once.
Larry.
Going once. Going twice.
Cut.
Get your hand up.
Hold.
Eileen, get your hand up.
Oh, come on.
Okay, those that don't put their hand up have to do the next reunion.
Yeah.
Those that don't put their hand up have to do the next
Okay, we
reunion.
need a count. Somebody count.
Why do we have to have a count?
Well, we need to know how many.
Why?
Because there's only so many people that can get on it.
Oh,
Want to make sure we're not overloaded.
Yeah. Hey, Lee, will you
Gotta get a
count?
bigger tractor.
Hey, Lee.
2, 3, 4, 5,
hands
6,
up high.
7, 8,
Hands
9,
up high.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18.
18 right now.
Oh, there's gotta be more than that. You'll change your mind tonight. Okay.
Okay, one last thing. We are right on the corner as your turn to go right past the steakhouse heading east. You make that little loop, come by the Grant School, make the right turn, then you make the left turn. We're right there on the corner, number 19.
At 9:30.
At 9:30, no later. Okay.
Okay. Oh, there's one more thing. Judd brought every class member a bottle of root beer, and he's put on there Red Devil root beer 1964. So please make sure you take one of those as a souvenir. They're over here where the water and that is, okay? Hey, Jeff.
Yeah, I should have put that.
So thank you for letting me come and join you all. My name is Jeff. I'm actually one of your classmates, and I've had a lot of work done. And I married someone much younger than myself. So appreciate you, and it's been fun to get to know you throughout this. 60 years, I've been telling people throughout the week that I'm helping Mom with this. Nobody's ever heard of that before. 60 years that you've been meeting up, and all my life I hear Peggy, Anna Lee, these are like my relatives who I see every 5 years. I've gotten to know some of you here. Judd, by the way, you need to look, he's brought his original lunchbox. And I understand there's original contents in that, so
It's got a peanut butter sandwich in it with wax paper wrapped around it. It's got a ham and cheese sandwich. And then I got a can of deviled ham.
oh, can of deviled ham. Oh, plastic wrap sandwich. Oh, that's nice. Don't tell me pork and beans. Pork and
Can of
beans.
pork and beans. And the original Hostess snowballs and Hostess cookies.
That's impressive. I've gotten to know others. Larry, my mom said, he pulled up in the Corvette. And she said, that's Larry. He restores cars. I said, he must be really good because that looks like a 1920 or 2022 Corvette. So he's very good at what he does. So we're going to start out just eating dinner, socializing, but I've got a paper that I'd like to hand out, and just as groups, if you can go through and complete as many questions. These are questions about back in '64, as many as you can fill out, and then after dinner, we'll go through and talk about what some of the answers that you put forth. So just a real light, casual activity, but socialize, have a good time, and we'll pop back up in a few minutes. Thank you.
What did you do for fun in high school?
I got suspended.
Okay. What'd you do?
We led a riot one time, remember that? And got thrown out of school.
Okay.
We did that.
How much did gas cost in high school?
27.9.
Wow.
27.9.
27 cents. You could drag me
Yeah.
on a quarter.
That's right.
Okay.
We all had our own cars.
What advice do you have for the younger generation?
Take a little lesson from the old folks.
I love them.
I love it. That's perfect. All right, Pat, what'd you do for fun in high school?
I hung out with my peeps and we went to Lee Mars to get a Coke and a cinnamon sucker.
How much did it cost?
Coke was probably a dime and probably a nickel for the sucker.
Okay.
Yeah.
What kind of car did you drive?
Well, at one point I drove a nice Rambler. A nice Rambler ride. Yeah, it was great. The seats laid down too.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, that was great.
Wow.
That was, yeah.
That's cool.
We like that.
We did like that.
What'd you do for fun in high school, Cheryl?
You don't want to know.
Why? We need to know because I'm sure it's not as bad as what kids do nowadays.
You put beer
You don't want to
cans on
know.
the Christmas tree.
Beer cans on the Christmas tree.
We done a really nice decoration on the Christmas.
Okay. What kind of car did you drive in high school?
GTO.
A GTO? What year was it?
64.
64 GTO. You got a new car. Nice. So how much did it cost to go to the movies when you were in high school?
Well, that's something I don't think I ever said.
Ask how much a can of beer was.
How much was a can of beer in high school?
10 cents.
10 cents? Are you serious? I
That was a class.
I missed out.
For a glass of beer at seniors was 10 cents.
I missed out. Dang. Okay. Judd, what'd you do for fun in high school? Left school? What kind of car did you drive?
My parents' car.
What was it?
Ford Fairlane.
Okay.
Ford Fairlane.
How much did gas cost when you were in high school?
12 cents.
12 cents. Okay.
When I went to college up in Logan, we'd stop and fill up, and you could go to a gas and go place, and you could fill up for 9 cents.
9 cents? Oh my gosh. That's crazy. What'd you guys do for fun in high school?
Run track.
Run track? Okay.
No, that wasn't.
It wasn't fun?
We build old cars,
You built your own car? What kind of car?
53 Chevy.
Oh, cool. So did you drive it in high school too?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I drove it to high school. And that was one of the funnest things that happened during my high school experience.
That's
Getting my
really
driver's
cool.
license,
Yeah.
getting my first ticket,
Okay.
and having my own car.
I love
It
that.
was awesome.
That's awesome. What advice do you have for the younger generation?
64.
Younger generation,
Yeah, the youngers. What do you want to tell them?
study hard and learn as young as you can because it's hard to learn when you get older.
That's true. That is true. But not impossible.
Learn a lot in life more time.
It does. What'd you do for fun in high school?
I was the shyest child in the whole room, and I don't know what I did anything for fun.
Really? That's crazy.
Spent time with my friends on the weekends.
What did you guys do? Because I feel like kids, they just play video games all day
We
now.
didn't have any video games.
Yeah, we never.
No. You guys went outside and played, I'm sure. Spent a lot of time outside.
We had to go back to our house. We didn't have
Oh, that's awesome. What kind of car did you drive in high school?
Are you kidding?
You didn't have a car? No car? What did she say? You drove your boyfriend's car. I love it. Love that. Oh, good. Are you gonna eat them?
Why didn't you wait until after you ate?
Deviled ham.
What's this? You filming this?
Yes, I am. Is it still good?
1960 expires in July of 1964.
And it still tastes good?
Still tastes okay. It's fine.
What did you do for fun in high school?
What did I do for fun?
Dated me.
Dated you?
Not in high school, I didn't. I danced.
You danced?
Yeah, you let go of the dance.
I
Perfect.
forgot to tell you that
And games.
dessert is over on this other
Awesome.
table and water over here.
Perfect.
They're not cooking.
What did you guys do for fun in high school?
Fun?
Roller skating. I went to both.
What didn't we do?
What did you do?
Rink. I went to
Went to the swimming pool, roller skating rink.
rode horses. I was the one who rode all the horses then.
That's what I did.
You work hard in the summer. You go get
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
pick cherries,
I picked
so we had to spend the money like
I picked berries for my senior ring.
oh, I got right.
Yeah, I didn't know.
You rode a horse over.
All over.
I rode my horse.
How much did it cost to get a hamburger and fries back in high school?
20 cents.
20 cents. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was really
What kind of advice do you have for the younger folks? What would you tell the younger folks?
don't ever go old.
Don't ever grow old. That's a great one.
Did you ask him what they did for fun? I get food that we got. She asked you what she
I know, right?
What didn't we?
We have really good school. They used to
Yeah.
I always got in school lunch, but my mother would.
Ow. So school lunch is good for you. That's funny. That's awesome. Anything? You don't remember?
I just saw this party here and came.
You just came? And you put a name tag on too. That's good. That way you blend in. What did you guys do for fun in high school?
What'd you have?
What'd you do for fun in high school?
Oh, played tennis.
Tennis?
Tennis, sports.
Spent a lot of time outside, I bet. Did you have a job in high school?
Yeah.
What'd you do?
Yeah, West school was I worked for a neighbor doing this yard work.
Okay.
I think that was a year that years design. Rico belonged to the
Okay. That's a good job. Did you have a car in high school?
bicycle.
You rode your bike? Cool.
I don't think so.
What did you do for fun in high school?
What did I do for fun? Everybody here that I got in contact with, we had a good time.
Okay.
Did a lot of things. We golfed, we skied. I told her she didn't want to know what
I do want to know.
I know what he did.
Yeah?
Probably right behind him, following.
Uh-huh.
We did a lot of things together.
Did you have a car in high school?
Did I what?
Did you have a car?
I did.
What'd you have?
It was a I think it was a 1963 Ford Fairlane.
Okay. That's cool.
Going back a long way.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
He told me that you could buy beer for 10 cents. Is that true?
you could. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we had our Friday night drives. Rick Jensen and Dick Creer and that these guys don't know about. And I better not say too much about it. But we had good times together.
Did you drag Maine? Was that a thing, dragging Maine?
Rode Spanish Fork, Springville, and Provo.
Okay.
All the time.
All the time.
Friday and Saturday.
Did you have a job in high school?
I did.
What'd you do?
I worked for Martin Judd.
Okay.
Worked on his farm and rode his horses. I worked for a canning company. Del Monte had a Provo.
Yeah.
We did, I think we did corn and we did peas.
Okay.
West Park.
Okay.
That was night.
The night work?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we had
Awesome. Well, thank you.
Let's get through these before too many. But I will admit there might be some inaccuracies, and I'll definitely be open to those. But some of these too are just opinions, so we'll see. I'm curious how some of those will come across. So, question number 1. This one might be controversial. What popular candy bar came out in 1964? The candy bar? It was 100 grand bar.
Did anybody get it?
Did any of you like that bar? You did? Okay. Very good.
Did you get it? Did you?
All right. This is the one my mom questioned me. Who was the Time Person of the Year? Time Magazine Person of the Year.
Martin Luther King.
Martin Luther King. We have a winner.
Way to go, Rex.
Great.
Okay, this is the opinion one. Most popular names
Party fits here.
in 64. Let's go boy names. Michael, John, David, James. So,
Who had Michael,
Which-
John, David? Raise your hand.
I got Michael.
You got Michael.
which is interesting to have names.
Tag on your paper.
Okay.
It's interesting to see names like this, especially today where we now have 2 grandchildren and they're named Juniper and Wilder. Not John or James. So, things change. How about girl names? We've got Lisa, Mary, Susan, and Karen were the top names of that name. Okay. Okay, now this is Mom's question, and I thought this was fun.
Did you have
Rock'em Sock'em Robots came out, and I didn't know this. They had names. Does anybody know what the names of the Rock'em Sock'em Robots were?
Oh my gosh.
Who said that?
Glenna.
Say that again. Red Rocker and Blue Bomber. Boy, you're gonna have to share the Smarties. You're cleaning up down there. Okay, Mom. Who won the World Series in 1964?
St. Louis.
St. Louis Cardinals. Very well done.
You guys got your phones out?
No.
What?
Neil did, but I didn't.
Neil?
Did Neil?
No, don't get it.
I did not. We should have stipulated that, but that's fine. This is for fun. Okay, who won the Super Bowl that same year? Oh, Cleveland Browns. What? There we go. Cleveland Browns.
Just give her the whole package, Natalie.
Okay, what Christmas special debuted on NBC and they actually still play it every year? No, a little sooner than that. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. That claymation one that still haunts us to this day.
Anybody else here for Rudolph? Come on, you guys.
Glenna, get Glenna, get it.
Karma was cheating. She must have had it.
Well, you must have had it. You're just not
There you
yelling.
go.
You're just not yelling things out here.
She did.
You want to do the Summer Olympics?
They were just accusing her of cheating.
Where were the Summer Olympics held in 1964?
LA.
A ways away. Another continent.
We go Western LA.
Or part of San Francisco.
Mexico.
Tokyo.
Did anybody get Tokyo?
What?
What do you got to go?
I think Patsy, you got Tokyo.
Patsy went to the Tokyo World's Fair and she ran into Roger Jameson there.
Also, are you serious?
Or saw him.
Tokyo World's Fair, 1970.
Wow.
He was working in a booth selling who knows what. Who knows what?
Okay, now this is, I'd be surprised if you got it. This was just more of a gee whiz question, but price of a big screen TV in '64, which would have been a 29-inch TV, big screen.
They didn't have color then.
It was $379, and I looked up, that would be $2,800 today. So pricey for sure. Okay, what boy's toy was introduced in '64, and I'd call it an action figure? G.I. Joe. Very good. Now, how about what girl's toy was introduced? And this is going to be in the Barbie line.
And it was in a little earlier than 1964, and it was Barbie.
Well, but Skipper was in '64.
Oh, you know that.
Well, I didn't play with them that much.
Kept pulling their heads off.
That's right.
Or their arms out. Their arms out. You kept changing their shoes, Jim. I have another question. See if you remember. It's not even on here. What was the music that played when the TV went off back when we were in '64? Yes.
Now, I recently heard, though, that when I grew up, when I knew it was time to go to bed, was MASH was playing. That was my alarm clock that it was time to go to bed. So.
Oh, MASH.
President.
So who was the president in 1964? Johnson. We all went through Kennedy. Do you remember where you were when you heard about that in school? I was in chemistry. You were where? With Byron Lovell in the zoology class. Whoa.
We were all in class somewhere.
Yeah, we were, and then we went to lunch. I remember going to lunch and everybody was upset. Yeah.
Now, you had a follow-up question to this.
Yeah, who was, okay, everybody called her Lady Bird, but what was Lyndon Johnson's wife's real name? Who said that? Yes, her name was Claudia, and what was his daughter's names?
Lucy.
Linda and Lucy, 2 daughters. Yep.
Well.
You learned something, Jeff.
Okay. These next ones are probably just more gee whiz questions too. Price of a movie ticket on average, 93 cents. Not here?
Just agree with you here. Saturday matinee.
Oh, how much was that? 10 cents?
15 cents.
Oh, sweet. How about a gallon of gas? Let me just ask you, because I'll.
19.
How much?
19.
19, is that right?
Said gas wars. They had gas wars too.
And I had 23 cents, so.
You went to Standard Station.
Yeah, okay.
In 1944.
Is that back? Okay, 44. How about a gallon of milk?
On the corners.
38 cents.
Wow. Okay, I was like 42 cents. So, Springville, you guys were riding high. Dozen eggs?
25 cents from Lee Russell.
Pound of butter?
19?
It was around, yeah, it was like 21. And then a loaf of bread. 19, yep. So that was kind of fun. Okay, let's go to the music entertainment section, and this will be curious. What were the top movies in '64? What's that?
My Fair Lady.
My Fair Lady you have? Mary Poppins.
Wonderful Life.
James Bond. I've got another question on that one, that's for sure. Any others? I also have Dr. Strangelove and Viva Las Vegas. And yeah, West Side Story too. And then what were the 2 James Bond movies out that year? And From Russia with Love, which was kind of funky. Two in the same year. Bookends, of course. Okay, now we're gonna play a quick game of Name That Tune. And these are going to be TV themes, okay? And I'm just gonna blast it into here. I'll do my best to make it, okay. Bewitched. Well done. That was Bewitched. Next one. Come on, Jeff.
Bill
Hillbillies? Beverly Hillbillies. No. Nice.
They were monsters.
Very good.
Skipper.
Gilligan's Island. Well done. Bonanza. Well done.
Perry Mason.
Oh, wow. Didn't even get into it. Well done. Okay.
Mr. Ed.
Mr. Ed. The other one.
Oh, the monsters.
The Munsters. The Munsters. That's the other one. And then finally.
You thought everybody knew this.
I thought this would
I
count.
gotta know this. It's a letter.
No, it's a break off from another show. This is Gomer Pyle.
Yeah,
All right. Whoops. Almost. Okay. Okay, this is kind of fun too. Who was part of the British invasion? Rolling Stones, Beatles, the Monkees, that's right. Okay, here's who else I have. The Who, the Kinks, Zombies, Dave Clark 5, Herman's Hermits, Hollies, Animals, Yardbirds. Those are a few just assorted ones. Now, do you know what date the Beatles arrived in the States? What date? And when they went on the Sullivan Show? February 5th, 7th. February 7th was when they arrived. 64. By the way, the Beatles had the most top hits that year. Can you name some of them? I Want to Hold Your Hand, She Loves You, Twist and Shout, Can't Buy Me Love, Do You Want to Know a Secret? Goodbye, Great. That was Beach Boys. Beach Boys.
Oh, that's Janet.
A Hard Day's Night, I Feel Fine, Love Me Do. All of those, 1964. That was a good year. Okay. And then local trivia.
How many played this kind of music to get their kids to do their chores and clean the house? We did. And it worked.
Some of the time.
Some of the time.
Okay, your local trivia. Okay.
Which one of our teachers had a missing finger?
Mr. Lundell.
He said over here.
Who?
Lundell?
Yeah. Remember how he lost it? I thought he was jumping over a fence.
No, he was getting off his hay wagon.
Getting off his hay wagon, caught his ring. Don't jump off hay wagons. Don't jump off Judd's hay wagon tomorrow. Are you insured?
Yes,
Yes?
but not for that.
Judd's insured, but not for fingers.
What else you got? Oh, you're Spanish.
Oh, which movie did the Spanish Club get to leave for the day and go see in Salt Lake, and we were all jealous because they got to go? We tried to join the Spanish Club and they wouldn't let us in.
Mr. The Sway wouldn't let us speak Spanish.
Oh, there was all kinds of silly rules. West Side Story. Am I done? Oh, what was our new a cappella's teacher's name after Mr. Montague left?
Wasn't it the lady?
No, it was the guy, and then there was a lady.
Mrs. Watts, or Miss Watts was out.
Mr. Watts, Blaine Watts was the guy, and we weren't happy with him. We're not happy about that. Who was our principal?
Omar.
About popular restaurants or hangout spots. What's that? High spot. Quick serve. I want to know others though. Lee Mars, A&W.
I told you they'd say Lee Mars.
Yes, you did. Any others we haven't heard? How funny. And then another one, just memorable high school events. Other things you remember from high school that were just memorable?
We made our first touchdown on the last game.
Hey, John Stokes.
Touchdown on the last game.
John, do you want to tell us about that?
Oh,
About your touchdown?
way to go, John.
I'm innocent. I didn't do it.
You did too.
I'm innocent.
I thought you went the other way.
Oh, no.
You need to defend yourself. That's a rumor. You need to check.
Bad rumor.
I knew which way the goal line was.
Any other memorable moments?
Ask who didn't do the blocking that got me tackled and knocked out. Byron Lovell.
Not that anyone's bitter about that
So
still.
he stepped.
Ask George if it was Gerald.
So he stepped to the side and let the offender come through, who had a straight shot on me. I was out cold. Byron was mad. We had got into an argument, and he was going to show me who was boss.
I thought you were so nice.
But you're forgiven.
And it was Byron's idea on the beer cans at the Christmas tree.
Was that Byron?
Oh, I don't even remember that.
Byron
I thought it was John.
and George Althouse.
What a memory.
Does anybody have anybody else they want to rat out? This is a great time. These are phenomenal stories.
Yeah, there's some questions we need to know.
No, I have a game that we'll find out.
Yeah, that's it on this end. That was
Was that the last?
But he's very reticent to share. A little embarrassed. Well, you can share photos.
Name 3 people that were on our student council. And if you name Peggy for about every question, you'll probably get most of them right.
Diane Fields.
Who?
Diane Bills.
Diane Bills, yes.
Was it John?
Tom Jackson.
Rick? Was it Rick on there?
Rick who?
Jackson?
No.
Was it John?
Melanie Crandall, Bruce Packard,
Oh.
Roger Reed, Tom Jackson, Peggy, Diane Bills.
Yeah, okay. Very good.
very good.
And he's still here. Yeah, they're still very good. Yay! Okay. Okay, Pat. Name something you miss about high school.
Wearing dresses every day.
Yeah, that sucks.
Oh, we didn't get to wear pants.
We did not wear dresses.
you miss about high school? No.
Absolutely nothing.
Oh, I love it. Yay! Come on now. Come on.
What about it?
Shake it.
Okay.
Oh, 6. This is, you can choose any question you want. I'm gonna give you one.
Paul Reese.
What? No, Paul Reese. What is one thing you would change about your high school days? One thing you would change.
Help me.
Help you?
Probably be a little more studious.
Oh, who would vote for that? I would. Okay.
2.
Name something you miss about high school.
Nothing.
Oh, somebody's got to come up with something about the biggest thing you've learned since high school.
I learned that people all over the world are just like we are.
We decided we
Well-
want to hear bedtime stories from John.
Byron reminded me of the prom dance that we went to, and afterwards we went out. Gloria Hanson, we broke into Park Crochet. We didn't really break in because Gloria was there. It was her dad's place. We all went swimming in the nude at Park Crochet. And he did too. I didn't have any clothes on, neither did you.
We snuck in through the go-kart window, didn't we, Byron?
No. Yes, we did.
Great memory. And then Gloria snuck in from the other way.
She opened the front door. She
but
she didn't have to break in. She
we
had
were
the
already
keys.
in the pool. We didn't know the girls were coming. What was that brassiere you found in there, Byron?
And they can remember this 60 years later. I'm impressed.
Being naked in a pool when you're a guy and
Eileen, you need to go ask Eileen some of these questions.
Okay.
Let Eileen throw the dice.
Well, we'll have Eileen throw one. Ask her.
Yeah.
What would you change about high school? I gotta ask her.
I would go to home ec class so I could learn to sew. But I always
Where
slept
were
because
you?
it was after
Where were
lunch.
you when you were smoking?
Yeah, I am, wherever it's
And Diane's not here to collaborate on the story.
Diane can.
Okay. The person that did it? Was that you? Who were the other three? Who were the other three?
Clark King,
What?
Jay Mortensen, Robert Erickson.
There you go.
You were the ones that painted it? Here we thought you were sweet and innocent.
They painted something on the
Not so, here. A funny memory from high school.
I don't know if it was funny, but
It might be.
I was in Montague's choir class, and I learned how to sing because I was in between two bruisers, and if I didn't get it right, they hit me in the rib cage with their elbow, you know. And after about 7 meetings, I was pitch perfect. My ribs were so sore, but I was pitch perfect. Montague says, listen to these three. They're really on too, you know. I got the bruises to prove it.
And you fooled Montague? I love it. Name something you miss about high school.
Being able to hear the teacher.
Turn around, say it out loud. Don't talk to me, talk to them.
Richard Gollinger.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he was very familiar with heritage.
Oh, you did, Yes. Okay.
And when we were in shop one day and Fenton Billings was over in the main high school Dave Finley cut into the intercom system. We put that record 409 on, and he entered the intercom of all classrooms and said, "We want to dedicate this song to Chuck Cummings," and then we played 409. Everybody remember that happening? Okay.
What teacher impacted your life and why?
Good old Chuck Cummings.
No.
Yes, because
Because why?
we were supposed to have our end of semester test the day he got his 409. We didn't have to take it.
Oh,
And I still remember, yeah.
you remember that? Okay,
They
John.
called him out of the hall and
Really?
yep.
I think he still has that. Chuck Cummings. Oh, of course. What's one thing you would change about high school?
Where we didn't have to park the cars up north of the high school,
Yeah.
instead of the parking lots, they wouldn't let us have lunch.
Well, we
This
had
will be good.
senior night. A bunch of us went up the canyon.
And they wouldn't let us in.
We went up, Mapleton Canyon to sleep. The boys were up there having a big party, and the cops came up and told us we had to leave. And they followed us back down to make sure we went to the home. And we went to,
I just did.
Mary Lynn's house. It was Mary Lynn's house, and we stayed there till the cops left. Then we went back up Hobble Creek and slept up there.
It was in Melanie's
It
boyfriend's
was Melanie's car. Okay, that was the guy from Spanish Fork.
Somebody.
Come on, Glenna, come up with the name.
Melanie's boyfriend?
From Spanish Fork, remember? Huh?
Unger.
Randall.
Unger.
It was Unger.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unger. Biggest life lesson you've learned since high school.
I'm still learning.
No, come on,
It's
come
still
on.
trying to sink in.
It's gotta have something to do with corn.
Always have a positive attitude. Always look for the good.
And I.
Can anybody verify the story I heard? I wasn't a witness.
I wasn't there. I was not there, I don't care what they say.
I'd heard that somebody flushed a cherry bomb down the toilet.
No, that was in my house.
You heard that too?
I went in and told Mr. Hanson, I said, I just blew up your toilet.
Was that you?
Well, the cherry bomb wasn't bad, it was the M80 that did the damage. I still got the scar to prove it.
But you were a quiet person. That story?
Didn't hear it.
They had some firecrackers.
Yeah, they dropped them from the second floor
They dropped
down.
them down to the second floor.
Down to the bottom floor, and
Or-
they lit them and dropped them down. to
Oh,
the bottom
lit them
floor.
and then dropped them
Yeah,
down.
I don't know who did that.
Anybody remember that one? Let's make up a good story.
It's the truth.
It's Byron's fault.
Absolutely. See what you started, Stokes?
One day, Diane, Bill, and I just happened, I think might have been with them. We just happened to be late for school, and our excuse was we had a flat tire. In order for the counselor to believe that, Diane and I got under the tire and got all the dirt and grease and all over us, and they believed us. Did you witness, Eileen?
Yeah.
Did you have a flat tire?
That's why we rubbed dirt all over us. Well, theoretically, yeah.
Okay.
And a picture came in that was a field full of geese. The artist named it Honkers. That same year, the art gallery accepted a semi-nude woman painting We hung them right next to each other, and then the program were printed so we knew that they couldn't change it. It was so expensive. We took the 2 name tags and switched them. So we looked into the program under the semi-nude woman that said honker. Steve Charrington was the ringleader of that, not me.
Charrington was?
Steve Charrington was the ringleader.
No wonder he didn't want to come today. No, there were a lot that's absent. Number 1, due to illness. Number 2, they were going to see great-grandchildren or grandchildren graduate, so we are missing a lot because of that. Hey, Blaze, look. Okay.
Biggest lesson I learned since high school, probably that you can't take it with you. You might as well enjoy it while you're here.
Amen. Amen.
You know, her hair always been so cute, and so she was gonna cut my hair for me. So she starts cutting my hair, and everybody around starts going. And then she was nervous, and so it went on and on till I had to go to somebody else the next day, and I had this really short haircut.
You were brave. You were brave. Dixie,
Because I was afraid the word would get out and what a rotten bugger I was. But it got towards the end of the year, and the senior prom was coming up, and I kind of got close with Susan Gardner. And I asked her who she was going with to the senior dance, and she said, no one's asked me. I guess I'm not going. I said, will you go with me? And she said, you bet. So I took her to the senior dance right at the end of the school year. And I was going to take her home, and somehow I got off track, and I pulled over by Hotto Creek, over there by the steakhouse. Sure. That's the best kisser I've been. I was so surprised. Absolutely enthralled.
I got a story about Lee. My neighbor that I've lived by for a long, long time, we go get a drink every Saturday after we get our yard work done. And we're talking, and she's talking about, well, what are you doing? And I said, oh, I'm planning a class reunion, and da-da-da-da, and names a few people, and your name came up, Lee.
Oh, really?
And she said, Lee went to school with you? And I said, yeah. And she said, he really knew how to make out.
She talked to me.
No! I said, how do you know Lee Taylor? And she said, I worked with him at Zion's. Was it Zion's? Was it Zion's where you worked?
I worked at Grand Canyon.
Oh, Grand Canyon. That's what she said.
I got some
What
practice
happens
right
at the Grand Canyon?
Okay, Susan, name something you missed on school.
I'm seeing my friends.
Oh, your friends?
I've said too much tonight, but I've got to tell you one more true story. Involved him, Jay Mortensen, Robert Erickson, and me. I didn't have a date at the junior prom, but these guys said, hey, let's get together after the junior prom and go riding around. I said, I can get my mother's car. As we were riding around, Jay Mortensen says, hey, I've got a can of red spray paint. Let's go paint the school with Omar Hanson's nickname. Anybody remember what his nickname was? I am. So we went over to the high school. I was driving the getaway car. I drove around while those 3 guys went over and painted the high school with bright red spray paint cayenne in 2 different places. As they were running out to get in the car, cop come around the corner, pulled us over, and he said, what are you doing over the high school? We said, we're nothing. He says, I'm going to go look and see. Stay here. So I confessed. They painted the high school with red spray paint cayenne. They took us down to the police station, said, we won't send you to juvenile court, if you go to the principal's house Saturday morning and confess what you did, we did, he said, we've got a project for you. You've got to plant some shrubs out in front of the school and 4 maple trees. It was done 62 years ago. They're still there. So if you go by where the old high school was and you see 4 maple trees, about 60 years of age, Paul Reese, Clark King, Robert Eriks, and Jay Mortensen planted those.
Thank you. Thank you. Learn.
Remember who you are.
All right. Well, I know who I am.
Well, that's good.
Remember it.
Perfect. Yeah. Yeah. Perfect.
When you're out in public, remember who you are. 6.
Tell us a funny event at high school.
No.
Yeah. Come on, no funny event.
No, I don't.
5 minutes.
My favorite memory of high school is the game down in Carbon when we on the bus ride home. Do you remember that?
I do.
Okay, that was it.
No, see? No. Enough said.
She remembers who
Enough
she is now.
I remember who I am. Sue, turn around. Turn around. Finish it.
That was it. That's my favorite memory from high school.
You have to explain it.
Well, no.
Well, yes.
Where?
Eileen's down there.
The bus ride home from Carbon in the high school when we played football.
Will you please tell it?
Well, they dropped rocks on us from an overpass.
I know.
On our bus.
Yeah, that was fun. That was
really
scary.
fun.
Oh, okay. Christ was scary.
Yeah.
I hated to ride home in the winter on those slick roads. That was scary.
It was. I thought
That
it
was
was fun.
scary. Funny memory from high school. Oh, here we go.
A funny memory from high school. What was Birmingham's nickname?
Roast.
Roast.
So one day after lunch, a couple buddies and I, don't remember who they were,
Byron of them.
we're coming back from lunch and we're behind the art gallery. And we thought, oh man, let's pay a funny on Mr. Birmingham. So one of the individuals would shout out a letter, first letter. Give me an R. We all roared, R. And the next person would, then the next letter was, give me an O. We yelled out O. Give me an S. We yelled out S. Give me a T. T. And so then we yelled out R-O-S-T. Roast! I mean, as loud as we could. And guess who came around the corner at that time? Yeah, Mr. Birmingham, we got hauled into the principal's office.
You may have noticed, you probably did, I'm telling you, that none of you went out with me very much in high school or junior high. And that's because all the ones who did are dead. They died young.
I was gonna relate something when we were, I think we were juniors, and we were in Joe Martinez, Jumpin' Joe Martinez gym class. And at the end of the day, he would always have us run a mile around the track, 4 laps. Cap Martin always came in last. And Joe would just jump all over, come on, fast! Anyway, some of us took offense to that. Glenn Deben was one of them. I remember him in that class. So we decided today we're going to let Cap come in first. So we got on the track and Cap started slowing down and we all fell behind him and let him go. And we did about 2 or 3 laps before some of them got a little. Joe was all over us. And some of the guys were getting nervous that they were going to get in trouble. So some of them passed Cap. Those of us who didn't got hauled into the principal's office. I think there was about 6 or 8 of us. And I'll never forget, I guess we were sophomores because Paul Walker was the principal. He was only there that 1 year. But he called us in and he chewed us out in front of Joe. Joe was there telling the story. And Joe left and he said, I'll tell you guys, if I ever hear this happening again, you're all going to be in trouble, but I want to applaud you for having the courage to try and stand up for a fellow student. And that meant a lot to us.
Teacher that made an impression on me was the English teacher we had. We had her come to one of our reunions. She only taught 1 year, but she taught English. And
Jane Johnson.
Donaldson, yeah. And she'd start out by wandering. She'd start out the back of the chair, over here, and over here, and over here, and over here. She was all over the place. Got tired of watching her do it, so then she fessed up and she said, you were just trying to make an impression, so. And after that, she didn't want her, yeah, she'd talk a little bit and then move over here, and then she'd talk a little bit, tell us about what was going on. And then after that, she just stayed in one place and talked and said that was an experiment.
She was acting really nervous.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Just, you know, and then she kind of let us know that we didn't need to be nervous and that she wasn't, yeah, I mean, after that, she was my favorite teacher.
Yeah. But for those minutes that she was wandering around, I was going, oh. But we learned about PIP and Great Expectations and a whole bunch of other stuff. She settled right down.
Good job.
One of the good teachers.
Well, thank you.
Speak loud, sheep. Ronald Jackson, Michael Paxman, Robert Snyder, Kent Creer, Gloria Hanson, Gerald Althouse, Gary Lynn Carter, Robert Mace, Roger Jameson, Cherie Carlson, and I'm not going to do married, or should I do married names? Do I do married names of the ladies?
No.
Okay. Tom Harmer, Terry Kilpack, Mary Gonzalez, Michael Vincent, Doug Daybell, Dennis Olson, Kathleen Beardall, Diane Kappas, Connie Neal, Robert Erickson, Vera Schuback, Marianne Simmons, Jeffrey Kane, Betty Torrance, Dan Kunze, Phyllis Hall, Eugene Drake, May Scoobler, Richard Allerton, Mary Lynn Rodriguez, Ray Thorne, Gordon Peterson, Diane Bartholomew, Pat Bird, Sharon Bird, Doug Mello, Rick Jensen, Michael Holly, Doug Curtis, Gordon Wilson, Diane Bills, Susan Jackson, Mariana Henson, Dale Robertson, Cat Martin, Richard Miner, Ronald Early, Donnie Peterson, Carol Ann Kraft, Sharon Huff, Cheryl Anderson, Dennis J. Lisenby, Janet Osler, Janet Rayburn, Wayne Shirtliff, Gary Ellis, Marsha Watts, Cindy James, Mary Bills, and Judy Bonner. And I'm sorry that you don't each get a balloon, but we certainly made a mess. So
That was a good plan.
it was a great plan. Everybody was to have one balloon and let it go. But their names are all there, and I just hope the balloons can carry all those names. And they may get stuck in a tree somewhere, but
Thank